Hey guys, so I have teamed up with Petplan Equine to bring you my current favourite polework exercise. I am absolutely obsessed with this exercise. Whatever age horse, from the babbies to the Grand Prix horses, it helps them. So I'm going to show you what I do with it in walk, trot and canter and all the different variations. So let's get into it. So first up, before I do any type of pole work or any work, I always warm the horses up in quite a stretchy frame, just changing the direction a lot, getting them to really let go in their rib cage, to be supple and soft both ways. I do sometimes use the poles, depending which exercise we're doing, to weave in and out of. This can give you a really nice direction of where you're going. Also, if your horse is a bit unsure about the poles, this is a great way of introducing them to them. They don't have to go straight away over them. They can just get used to being near them. The horse I am using in this video is Leo. He is a just rising 6-year-old. You can do this exercise with any age horse. I am going to show you different variations with it. You can make it quite easy, you can make it quite difficult. It really depends on how you feel. But as you go through the exercise, just really listening to the horse's body. You want to challenge them, but not completely overface them. So now we are all warmed up. I'm going to show you what you can do with this exercise in walk. And one of the reasons I love this exercise is it's super easy to set up, really quick. Not many poles are needed, but there's so many different things you can do with it. So like I mentioned at the beginning, sometimes I just start by weaving in and out around the poles. This is a great way to test doing like 10-meter circles around them, seeing if your horse is a little bit stiffer on the right or left rein, just really feeling their body, and then occasionally just going over a pole and then changing direction, doing a circle the other way. And how I've set these poles out is I always leave a little bit of a gap around the outside of the arena. So if I'm on a younger horse or I just want to give them a break, I can go around the outside of the pole and I can choose to make it a little bit easier. The poles are also spaced out symmetrically, so I've got 2 on the center line and then 2 either side on the long side. So now that we have looked what it's like in the walk, let's have a look at the trot. So it's pretty straightforward. If you are on a less experienced horse or a young horse, I just suggest by just trotting over one pole and then going around the outside, keeping it nice and easy. And then what I do is then I maybe do the 2 that are on the center line. So it's just giving them a little bit of a breather to rebalance themselves in between and just have a mental break. But Leo is pretty used to this exercise, so I just start taking him around all of them. And something I always think about with poles is you do want to help them, but also don't stress too much if they make a mistake. It's really about getting them to think for themselves, to start to, just be a little bit more empowered. We are going to start to add transitions in when we go into the canter, but if you feel that the canter is maybe a little bit too tricky for you, you can always add walk transitions in. So maybe walk over one pole, then trot over the next, or add a trot, walk, trot transition in between the 2 poles. It just really gets you and the horse thinking a little bit quicker. So now we are going to move up into the canter. Just first get going on the 20-meter circle, so don't worry too much about the poles. And then same thing as I said in the trot, just introduce 1 in. You can see Leo is a little bit just trying to get his strides there. Not stressing too much at this stage. And then we just try another pole. And this is also so good for getting the horses to really come through with their inside hind. The other reason I love that it's on a circle is that you can keep shaping them around the circle. So really getting into their rib cage, getting a nice inside bend. And you can see I've started adding transitions in here. When you are doing this with your horse, or if you're trying it, really do bear in mind it comes up very quickly. So just start with 1 transition and then just give your horse a new time to kind of figure things out and then try again. You don't have to start with it fitting too many transitions in. What you'll start to notice as you're doing it is that your transitions become much crisper, your half halts become better, the reactions to your aids get better. Also, remember when you're doing this exercise to have plenty of breaks coming away from the circle and lots of changing the reins, lots of walk breaks. This video is obviously put together to show you what to do within the exercise, but in between we are giving him lots of walk breaks, going away, moving him around, because it is on a 20-meter circle and you don't want to just keep working them in the same space for too long. I also sometimes use this exercise when warming up the older horses. I find that it really helps them to let go of their back before we start doing the more advanced work. And there you have it, guys. That is my current favourite pole work exercise.